You know, if there's one thing we could say about this era of Donald Trump, it's that he has unmasked the entire Republican Party for exactly who they are. This modern day Republican Party, at least the power structure of this Republican Party, is dominated by some of the most depraved and reprehensible people imaginable. I want to focus on one of the most reprehensible members of Congress in this video and show you why he is so abhorrent and disgusting and how he represents everything wrong with this Republican Party and the chaos that we see in this Republican-led Congress. First, my name is Brett Meiselas here with the MeidasTouch Network. Remember to subscribe. We are on our way to 3.5 million subscribers. So on Wednesday, we saw this tweet from Representative Clay Higgins, and I'm going to focus on Representative Clay Higgins in this video. Representative Clay Higgins wrote, LOL, these Haitians are wild. Eating pets, voodoo, nastiest country in the Western Hemisphere, cults, slapstick gangsters, but damned if they don't feel all sophisticated now, filing charges against our president and VP. All these thugs better get their mind right and their ass out of our country before January 20th. How dare you, Clay Higgins? How dare you speak to these migrant communities? How dare you speak to these people who are here legally, who have allowed these towns to thrive by taking the jobs that no one else would take? How dare you threaten them like that? And by the way, Donald Trump and JD Vance are not president, and he will never be in the Oval Office again. You see, Representative Clay Higgins is a total and utter creep, and he was responding to the story about the Haitian community in Ohio filing charges, criminal charges, against Donald Trump and JD Vance for the chaos that they have caused in their town with their lies about Haitian migrants eating dogs and cats. Just reprehensible from top to bottom. As I said before, this is completely representative of this modern day Republican Party. Hakeem Jeffries came out with a statement pretty quickly after Clay Higgins' remarks, when Hakeem Jeffries, the Democratic leader, said, quote, this disgusting statement by Clay Higgins about the Haitian community is vile, racist, and beneath the dignity of the United States House of Representatives. He must be held accountable for dishonorable conduct that is unbecoming of a member of Congress. Clay Higgins is an election-denying, conspiracy-peddling, racist, racial arsonist who is a disgrace to the people's house. This is who they have become. Republicans are the party of Donald Trump, Mark Robinson, Marjorie Taylor Greene, Clay Higgins, and Project 2025. The extreme MAGA Republicans in the House are unfit to govern. Thank you, Democratic leader Hakeem Jeffries. I could not have said it better myself. Higgins eventually deleted his remarks as he faced incredible backlash, and rightfully so. But let's check in on what Speaker Johnson is saying about Clay Higgins these days. Speaker Johnson is calling Clay Higgins a dear friend and a colleague, saying he's very principled and outspoken, and says he didn't even see that he tweeted something today. Watch.
The next
any comment on the tweet that Clay Higgins put out today about Haitians?
I heard about that on the floor just now as well. Clay Higgins is a dear friend of mine and a colleague from Louisiana, and a very frank and outspoken person. He's also a very principled man, and I think he tweeted. I didn't even see it, but he tweeted something today about Haitians, and he was approached
by January 20th.
Okay. Well, look, he was approached on the floor by colleagues who said that was offensive. He went to the back. I just talked to him about it. He said he went to the back and he prayed about it and he regretted it and he pulled the post down. That's what you want a gentleman to do. I'm sure he probably regrets some of the language he used, but we move forward. We believe in redemption around here.
As Fred Wellman, who hosts the show On Democracy right here on the MeidasTouch Network, make sure that you are subscribed to the On Democracy podcast. Fred Wellman says he's not a principled man. He got fired from his job as a cop. He is a racist prick. And let's dig into that quickly, because this is 100% true. Here is from his Wikipedia page. In 2004, Higgins became a patrol officer. By 2007, the police chief was prepared to take major disciplinary action against Higgins. In a letter to the city council, he wrote, quote, Clay Higgins used unnecessary force on a subject during the execution of a warrant and later gave false statements during an internal investigation. Although he later recanted his story and admitted to striking a suspect in handcuffs and later releasing him. Higgins resigned before disciplinary action could be imposed. So Clay Higgins, who was unfit to be a police officer, is there in Congress, and he has the nerve to call other people, innocent people, people who are helping their community, thugs, while he himself is a total, unhinged, dangerous thug. Democratic Representative Stephen Horsford went on the House floor and he made a motion to censure Clay Higgins for his disgusting comments. Watch.
I am submitting by resolution a motion to censor Representative Clay Higgins for violating Rule 9 by bringing discredit and disgrace to the House of Representatives. There's an official motion, Mr. Speaker.
The gentleman attempting to give notice under Rule 9?
I am attempting to give notice that I intend to bring a censure motion, resolution, upon return to this House of Representatives. And I would hope that every member of this body understands that no person, particularly those who contribute to communities, who are entrepreneurial, who give to our communities by being nurses and first responders and teachers, that those individuals, those children, no longer have to live in fear or intimidation because of any words or posts that come from members of this body. That it is time to end hate and the rhetoric of hate, and that it is not becoming on any member to continue to push this type of rhetoric on any platform, let alone from the House of Representatives. And with that, I ask unanimous consent to accept my motion to censor Representative Clay Higgins for violating Rule 9 by bringing discredit and disgrace to the House of Representatives.
Then Republican Steve Scalise objected to censuring Clay Higgins because this is who they are. Watch.
Objection is heard. For what purpose does the gentleman from Louisiana seek recognition?
First of all, the tweet has been deleted already and removed, but I object
For what purpose
to the motion. And if we want to go through every comment and tweet from the other side, we'll be happy to do it.
Gentleman has not been recognized.
And let's play that introduction here of Representative Horsford's censure resolution.
Mr. Speaker, I hereby give notice of my intent to offer a question of the privileges of the House. The form is as follows. H-Res 1500. Censuring Representative Glenn Clay Higgins of the 3rd Congressional District of Louisiana. Whereas on September 25th, 2025, Representative Higgins used his official account on X to publicly slander, insult, and demean all Haitians and Haitian Americans in an overtly racist post.
And the thing about these congresspeople like Clay Higgins is they are such total performative frauds as well. Like here's Clay Higgins, for example, on August 5th in Butler, Pennsylvania, pointing to the roof where the would-be assassin was who shot Donald Trump. And he said, America, every question will be answered, every theory explored, every doubt erased. Have faith, my brothers and sisters. The truth will out. And here's the thing. When it came time for Clay Higgins to actually go and investigate the situation down in Butler, Pennsylvania, he did not show up. You know who did show up? All of the Democratic representatives showed up, but Mark Green, Michael Waltz, Clay Higgins, and Pat Fallon did not attend. As I was saying, complete and utter fraud. Here is Clay Higgins just to show you what a conspiracy theorist, deranged madman this guy is. Here is Clay Higgins berating the FBI director, Christopher Wray, and asking him if he knows what a ghost bus is, and saying that there were these ghost buses that were busing in FBI informants dressed as Trump supporters to January 6th. Absolutely deranged.
If you are asking whether the violence at the Capitol on January 6th was part of some operation orchestrated by FBI sources and or agents, the answer is emphatically
You're saying
not.
no?
No.
You're saying no?
Not
Okay.
violence orchestrated
Let's
by
move
FBI
on.
sources or agents.
Are you familiar with you know what a ghost vehicle is? Director of the FBI certainly should. You know what a ghost bus is?
A ghost bus?
Ghost bus.
I'm not sure I've used that term before.
Okay. Well, it's pretty common in law enforcement. It's a vehicle that's used for secret purposes. It's painted over. These two buses in the middle here, they were the first to arrive at Union Station on January 6th, 0500. I have all this evidence. I'm showing you a tip of this iceberg.
Mr. Chairman.
These two buses are painted completely white.
Point of order.
This is a very significant hearing, Mr. Chairman, and these buses are nefarious in nature and were filled with FBI informants dressed as Trump supporters and deployed onto our Capitol on January 6th. Your day is coming, Mr. Ray.
Mr. Higgins. I now recognize Mr. Correa of California.
Lumen is the world's first handheld metabolic coach. It's a device that measures your metabolism through your breath. And on the app, it lets you know if you're burning fat or carbs and gives you tailored guidance to improve your nutrition, workout, sleep, and even stress management. That's why I love it. All you have to do is you breathe into your Lumen first thing in the morning, and you'll know what's going on in your metabolism, whether you're burning mostly fats or carbs. Then Lumen gives you a personalized nutrition plan for that day based on your measurements. You can also breathe into it before and after workouts and meals, so you know exactly what's going on in your body in real time. And Lumen will give you tips to keep you on top of your health game. Your metabolism is your body's engine. It's how your body turns the food you eat into fuel that keeps you going. Because your metabolism is at the center of everything your body does, optimal metabolic health translates to a bunch of benefits, including easier weight management, improved energy levels, better fitness results, better sleep, etc. Lumen gives you recommendations to improve your metabolic health. It can also track your cycle as well as the onset of menopause and adjust your recommendations to keep your metabolism healthy through hormonal shifts, so you can keep up your energy and stave off cravings. Look, I love Lumen, and I know you will too. So if you want to take the next step in improving your health, go to Lumen, LUMEN.me/Meidas to get 15% off your Lumen. That is LUMEN.me/Meidas for 15% off your purchase. One more time, go to lumen.me/Meidas, LUMEN.me/Meidas, and get 15% off your purchase. Thank you, Lumen, for sponsoring this episode.
Clay Higgins clearly has an anger problem. There is a lot going on there. Here's Clay Higgins when confronted by a protester. He attacks him. Watch this.
No, you're out. You're out. You're out. You're out. You're out. Aren't you a congressperson touching me? Get off me.
Someone video this. Get this on video.
Get off me.
Get this on video. This is assault.
Get off me.
This is assault.
What are you trying to do, Clay Higgins? You're a U.S. congressman touching a person. You can't put him off the street.
Let go of him.
Let him do it. You calm down. You need to calm down. Calm down, sir.
Not to mention, Clay Higgins is just an extremely creepy guy. I mean, watch this and let me know if your skin crawls like mine does.
You've just testified regarding your specific role, your personal role in the days leading up to January 6th in the D.C. National Guard. Do you have counsel present, ma'am?
No.
Do you wish to amend your testimony in any way regarding what you stated today?
I do not.
Very well. Mayor Bowser, you are the mayor of Washington, D.C., correct?
I am.
And Washington, D.C. is the capital of the United States of America, correct?
It is.
The Capitol is the home of the entire seat of our government, the executive branch, the legislative branch, the judicial branch. The president is here, the vice president is here, 435 congressional offices, 100 Senate offices, the Supreme Court. All departments of the government are headquartered here. All agencies are headquartered here. In your knowledge, you're a very intelligent American. You have a clear understanding of history. In your knowledge, ma'am, is there any other municipality in these United States that has access to our seat of government as the citizens of Washington, D.C.?
Actually, they all have more access because they have voting members of Congress and
I'll
two
ask
senators.
you to restrict your answers to my question. So let's go there.
And of course, Clay Higgins would be a guy who downplayed the severity of COVID. Here in the House, we see Higgins downplaying the virus, and then the Democrats introduce an article written by Clay Higgins that said, Clay Higgins, COVID almost killed me. You can't make this stuff up. Watch.
Question that you just posed back, whether you think COVID-19 is serious or dangerous.
I believe that perhaps the gentleman's definition of danger might be quite different from mine.
Okay. So is that a no? Or I'm trying to understand.
Well, there obviously.
Is it dangerous to you
levels
by
of
your
danger.
definition? I don't.
You know, there's levels of danger, good sir, and I would put a virus along the lines of the flu far down my list of priorities that I would consider as dangerous in my life. I have lived a life that I've stared danger in the eye many, many times, and it never resembled COVID.
Got it. Well, I'll enter into the record. I appreciate your answer. This is an article from August 13th of 2021 from a newspaper titled The Advocate. I think it's a Louisiana newspaper. The headline is Clay Higgins says COVID, quote, almost killed me, remains opposed to mandates. And there's a paragraph here, I'll quote from it just so that we're clear. It says, regarding COVID-19, Higgins, Representative Higgins, of course, told the audience of several dozen residents at the event organized by the African American Chamber of Commerce that the disease, quote, almost killed me, end quote. Quote, there was a day there when I wasn't sure y'all were going to have to tolerate me much longer, end quote, he said. Quote, my wife, my son, and I got COVID about a month ago, the Delta variant, and I've never been knocked down that hard in my life. I'm fully recovered now. My suits fit better, end quote. So that
is an accurate assessment of yes, sir. I faced death's door from the Delta variant of COVID, and I remain very heavily inoculated, having gained natural immunity and lived through that experience because I'm a healthy American, and I remain unvaccinated by the experimental vaccine, which I'm sure you got. Good luck with that. But I battled COVID a couple of times. One time brought me to death's door, but here I am.
Well, and people like Clay Higgins are also so power hungry. They're on such power trips. They are so dangerous and don't belong anywhere in American democracy. Case in point, let me show you this clip. We have Clay Higgins, a very scary, creepy guy, threatening an ex-Twitter employee, witness who's there before the House, threatening that he will be arrested for no reason. Watch.
You, ladies and gentlemen, interfered with the United States of America 2020 presidential election. Knowingly and willingly. That's the bad news. It's going to get worse because this is the investigation part. Later comes the arrest part. Your attorneys are familiar with that. Mr. Chairman, I'd like to spend 5 hours with these ladies and gentlemen during depositions surely yet to come. But for right now, I'll yield the balance of my time to my colleague, Mr. Jordan.
And listen, I know I am much more fired up than usual in this take, but people like Clay Higgins make my blood boil. They have no place in the United States of America, and I would take 1 million of these Haitian migrants who are doing incredible work in this country than one Clay Higgins any day of the week. If this makes you as pissed off as it does me, leave a comment. Let me know your thoughts on people like Clay Higgins. Thank you so much for watching, and share this because I think a lot of people don't pay attention to what's happening in Congress and the behavior of these Republican politicians, which is just so reprehensible and beneath the dignity of the United States Congress. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in a bit.
Love this video? Make sure you stay up to date on the latest breaking news and all things Meidas by signing up to the MeidasTouch newsletter at MeidasTouch.com/newsletter.